We will come back to that topic, but let me pick you up, Oscar, on what you said earlier, some of the points you raised earlier. We all know that you have to elect a government for it to have the authority to rule or to reign over the people. And those who are elected are supposedly leaders that head government. Now, shouldn't these people be above board to ensure that our democracy is strong and vibrant, and that the issue of the issue of corruption and things like that don't continue to undermine how we describe or define our democracy?
Um, what you're saying is the ideal situation.
Ideal.
Ideal. Unfortunately,
Shouldn't we aspire? I'm sorry to interject. Shouldn't we aspire to
no,
the
no,
ideal?
it's not the man that will aspire. It's you that elected him. If I elected you, I'm sending you on a message. But thereafter, I don't ask you, what are you doing about what I asked you to do? In other words, Nigerians do not have that knowledge, that understanding of the social contract. I gave you this position to do this for the good of all of us.
Believing that I will do it.
That's right. But you see, all that I've done is to give you the power. You're supposed to have the talent, you're supposed to have the time. Go ahead and do it. But then, if I do not check on you, that's why the democracy we're talking about is checks and balances. But if we do not talk, the human being is naturally deceitful.
Are you putting the blame
on the people?
On the people.
Oh, perfectly, totally, completely. I will never stop blaming the people until they rise up.
Okay, how then do you justify rising up and asking all of the time and never getting answers? Why should you elect a government,
yeah,
all right, that has made it, quote unquote, their own style of, always going about corruption? And the people ask, why did you spend $20 billion?
Okay.
And for months, no one is answering. And it looks like no one is talking about it again. And it's not like people are not asking. So how do you justify that people ask questions but they never get answers?
I think it depends on how you ask. You just asked me now, I'm going to answer you.
Okay.
No, you just asked me now and I'm going to answer you. But if I begin to think that you're asking a question in a manner that suggests something else, in other words, your question is rhetoric, you're only asking just to hear my voice, but you made up your mind as to what you want to believe, I don't need to answer you.
No, but
and because you're going to another place. Where I'm driving at is because she came up with something else that people are asking and nobody is giving answers. They are not asking well. Don't stop asking until you get the answer. It's as simple as that. We tire out too easily. We tire out too easily. We are very easily distracted. If we decide today, listen, if the way the media is working now, we spend half our energy on light, asking questions about light. How much has been spent on power? By now, Nigeria will be lit. Did we? No. When we discuss a little bit of that, we leave that, we run to another thing. And listen, people know. People thrive on the inadequacies of others. We're very inadequate. So they know. Don't worry, they'll soon get distracted. And then we get distracted, we move away.
But then when you have the issue of light...
Yeah, and we talk about it very little.
No, you have the issue of light. And then you have the issue of Chibok girls.
Yeah.
That the entire world just cannot begin to imagine that you will have over 200 children abducted and seem to have vanished into thin air. Do you now say, no, we're still insisting on talking about a single agenda of light?
And then you simply prioritize because that obviously takes over.
I like that. Prioritize. So what should we do? Think about the girls. What about the dead?
But should that give the leaders the temerity, the audacity to steal people blind? Because people would ask, and that when they're done asking, they stop asking. That is my point. Do you think?
I hope you understand that I'm not one of the leaders.
But you seem to be defending them.
I am not defending the leaders.
You're saying it is the fault of the people for not asking.
I believe the reason I'm sitting here is because you gave me this seat.
Right.
Okay.
In other words, if you say I'm not going to sit here, I won't sit here. That's what we're not doing. And we're not doing it well.
Speaking about voting power?
It's not just the voting power. It's after you have voted. We have a civil society that believes, first of all, they do not have proper engagement, constructive engagement with government. That says, listen, you said you're doing, how many people are monitoring what's happening in the House of Assemblies? Nobody. They can do what they want. So that way, the governor can come in and buy them over. What kind of values do we have as a people? That man that you see that is talking so strong, visit him later and give him some that. The next day he says, okay, I think he now understands. Our values are affecting everything, and we shouldn't put it on those who we end up, they just came from us. Listen, any man you see in position of power talks differently. He's seen a different light. Bring him down tomorrow, he talks like us. Why does that happen? It means we all know, we're all unhappy about something, but there's something we're not getting right. We're not going about the way we should do it. Number one, do not forget, I don't want to go into the structure of Nigeria that brings out this. Put it anywhere in the world, you're going to get this type of feeling. The structure of Nigeria begs you to be corrupt. The values in Nigeria begs you to be corrupt. I get appointment. Tomorrow, Kayode becomes commissioner. Old Boys Association decides to have a meeting. What is the message to you? Congratulations, it's our turn. Your village people have a meeting. Congratulations, it's our turn. Your friends have a meeting. Ah, K-boy, it's our turn. That's the society you live in. That society is not saying to you, we're looking up to you to make us proud. In other words, we should be able to boast. One of our own was there and he performed. The society is telling you it's our turn.
But then,
and then you turn around and you want to call. I don't listen to people
we don't